Hello, this is History Shorts with the Artifactual Scholar. Today, I'll be talking about the death of Christopher Snider, the first martyr of the American Revolution. Boston has long considered itself the birthplace of the American Revolution. During the 1760s and 1770s, the town was at the center of the growing tensions between Britain and her American colonies. For example, in 1765, as protests against the Stamp Act swept through the colonies, the people of Boston rioted, looting the house of the colonial governor, Thomas Hutchinson. Because of the dramatic protests, many in the British government saw Boston as the epicenter of trouble, and prominent Bostonians such as Samuel Adams, James Otis, and John Hancock were often viewed as rabble-rousers. In 1768, Britain attempted to suppress popular protest in Boston by sending troops to occupy the town. Rather than calming the situation, the presence of British regulars increased tensions. Confrontations between Bostonians and British soldiers became a common occurrence. In the late 1760s, Boston merchants and citizens had implemented a boycott of British goods. Those merchants who violated the boycott were often subjected to harsh public ridicule. On the morning of February 22, 1770, a crowd gathered in the North End, erecting a grotesque effigy outside the shop of Theophilus Lilly, a loyalist merchant who ignored the boycott. In the crowd was 11-year-old Christopher Snider. As the crowd taunted Lilly, another loyalist, Ebenezer Richardson, attempted to tear down the effigy. The crowd turned on Richardson and pursued him back to his house, a short distance down the road. There, after an angry exchange of words between Richardson, his wife, and the crowd, the situation rapidly deteriorated. Many of the boys in the crowd began throwing trash at Richardson's house. He emerged with his musket, threatening the mob, which further incited the crowd. Soon rocks pelted the house, breaking several windows. Richardson responded by firing his musket into the crowd. One of those hit by the shot was Christopher Snider, who was struck in the chest with a mortal wound. The boy's death shocked the town and became a rallying point for the anti-British voices. Samuel Adams organized the funeral, a procession of more than 1,000 mourners that stretched from the Liberty Tree to the Granary Burial Ground. Snider was eulogized in poems and political speeches, and patriot newspapers warned that his death would lead to more bloodshed. That prediction proved tragically correct. 11 days after Snider's murder, the infamous Boston Massacre occurred. The 5 victims of the British troops were interred at the Granary Burial Ground alongside Christopher Snider, and collectively, the 6 victims were mourned as victims of British oppression and tyranny. The flame of revolution began to grow. Though Christopher Snider's death is often overlooked today, it was at the time a significant event that inflamed an already agitated public. The murder of a young boy at the hands of a loyalist further radicalized Boston's patriots and bred increased anger toward the British, an important step in the story of American independence. This has been History Shorts. Thanks for watching.